on cardboard, y'all. I'm gonna try to make this into like the backings for the earrings. I have to figure out a way to print on this as well. So, today is Manic Monday. And, sorry, I'm late now. Sorry. Where's that? Yeah, so I'm gonna try to figure out how to print on these. I'm not sure. I think I might just put like my emblem or my logo on the back of it. Yeah, and then just have the front white, or like whatever I decide to put on here, and then pin those two on. Like put a hole in it so this way I can hang it off. Really? Why does it always have to go like way underneath everything? Am I live? Oh my god. Alright. So I've got these. I'm going to show y'all. Hopefully the lighting is a little bit better in here today. So here's, of course it's not. There's one of the earrings that I made. Oh, you can't even see it hardly. Can't do it. My lighting is horrible. And I'm using this like thing that I use for my making the jewelry with as a light today. So it's like this magnifying piece on the back that I use to see with, and that's what I'm using as a ring light. So bear with me. Did another piece of clay just fall? Lord. It did. It's okay. It's gonna stay there forever, for eternity. It's officially set in clay, as they say. So yeah, I'm gonna use this cardboard. I don't even know where this came from. I want to say it came from like a book or something, or like a shirt. You know how like sometimes shirts will have like a piece of cardboard in them to keep them stiffer or whatever. So I don't even know where I got this from. McLovin, that's awesome. Marty, Farty, and Echo, hey. So I'm gonna cut those out after I print on them, and I'm thinking about using the emblem, the logo, to print on them. So I'm gonna split screen with y'all. Hopefully it doesn't like get janky on me here. Supposedly I was supposed to add or be able to add a live goal from studio, but I don't think I can, so have fun with that. Oh wait, yes it is. Here it is. I'm pinning it. So, let's see. I can't see it on my screen. Maybe y'all can see it. I don't know. But there's like a little alert box that comes up, kind of like right around it, somewhere over in here, in this general direction. That like anytime that somebody like comments or like adds a subscription or you know, any of that good shit. So follows also. So that'd be cool. Alright, so split view. Wait, let me see which one's up right now. Nothing. Okay. Okay, so let's work with this for right now. Might go janky for a second, sorry. There I am. Okay. Reverb. Alright. Maybe? Okay, awesome. So this is what I'm trying to work on right now. I'm trying to get the thumbnails to work properly for my link tree. And for those of you who don't have a link tree, or at least for those of you who have like a good bit of social media, I suggest having a link tree. Or if like you have a lot of different things, like you're not even, it would work for a niche person too, but I feel like it works better for people who have like a lot of different choices to choose from as far as their content and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're a niche person, that'd be fine too. But Linktree is free to use, and you build it out yourself. It does have like sections where you can fill them out and stuff like that, so it's not like too difficult, I feel. And so right now I'm just trying to get the logo onto the Etsy. There we go. So I've changed my logo for my Etsy. I've also changed my Linktree up a little bit for you guys. So go check that out. I'm trying to keep the logos as much the same as possible. I'm having difficulties with trying to transfer some of the old stuff because I made this logo like a while ago. So trying to transfer that to new programs is like difficult for me because I'm not that technologically advanced to understand some background noise for some platforms. So I'm just kind of doing the best I can over here. So there's that. That's up. It's live. I did notice that on my Etsy shop though, that my listings have expired. So for those of you who haven't seen the expired listings, my apologies. I'm not sure if I'm going to be moving any further with Etsy, to be honest with you, because I have not made a sale on Etsy the entire time I've been on there, and they also charge you 20 cents per listing, and they do have an expiration date. So unless you're like a high seller, like quality, like inbound, outbound, I feel like that would probably be better. But as far as like upfront, my stuff's been sitting in here for I don't even know how long. And I don't know why. Okay, so these were the ones that expired or are going to expire. So the merch cup's going to expire. The floral polymer earrings are going to expire, and the bubbles. No, bubbles auto renews. So it's like, okay, for each one of these products, it's like 10 or 20 cents, I think, a month or something like that. And they do charge you for it. So you don't want it to sit there very long because you don't want to have to pay for anything, right? So since my stuff has not been really moving lately, I'm wondering, is it a pricing issue? Is it like a visual issue? Are people not able to see my stuff? So I went back into the Linktree, and you remember I told you guys about the insights and stuff. I don't know if mine has insights. It does. Okay. So, lifetime, since I've had Linktree, 5.4 thousand views, 3.98 thousand clicks. Just in the since last Monday, I've had 83 views and 83 clicks. Just since last Monday. I kind of want to know where those are from. Okay, there is no monetization on it. Monetize links. How to earn on Linktree. Ooh, I need to look at that. Content, audience, sources. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for where are the sources coming from. Like all these 80 clicks, where'd they come from? Like I can kind of see, but they're not going to show me the full listing. You know what I mean? And that may not even be, oh, that's example data, so never mind. It says try a pro for free, but I don't know how much pro is. And I don't want to put my credit card information in there, and then next thing I know, I got a subscription to something that I don't want anymore. So just the last 7 days, there's been 80 clicks. So that's good. So that means that, you know, as you can see, there's an uptick here, which is awesome, because it was really low right there. Yeah. And like I said, I've been adding a good bit of my QR codes. Remember I said that we were going to start following the QR codes around to see where is this information coming from, and how is it beneficial for me to do this and continue to do this, or is this going to be something that's going to be a detriment to me? And like I said, the next, let's see, September, October, November, December. So I got 4 months left of the year. So for the next 4 months, it's just finalizing, okay, this is what worked and this is what didn't, and this is what we're running with for the next 6 months, and this is what we're not. So, past 28 days, it's had 543 clicks and 432 views. Where was my highest point? Okay. So what we're looking at right now is my QR code, which is my link tree for my social media. And this is what I'm just testing it, right? So I'm wanting to see, where is it coming from? Like, where are the people coming from? Where did they see my stuff? Did they see it in on a package somewhere? Did they see it? You know, I'm getting ready to, as soon as I get ink, I'm going to be printing it out and putting a picture in the window. Like, I'm not joking. You know, like, did they get it from a social media site? If it was a social media site, what social media site did it come from? So you want to look at those analytics, because that's going to give you that push, right? The understanding of where that push is going. And if I'm sending my QR codes through the mail and I'm not getting anything back from it, I'm not going to do it anymore. That's what I'm saying. So, I kind of want to know, like I said, where these events are happening. Aren't I? Oh, did I say 2 o'clock? My bad. It says your scheduled live event starts in 10 minutes. Get ready. Welcome to my live. That's funny, because I am live already. So yeah, I'm gonna go live. Yay, I'm live. Alright, okay, so, I guess I'm gonna have to get Pro for me to be able to see that. I do need to look at what the options are. I want to try Pro. Okay, Pro is $20 a month. Once your trial is up, you can cancel it anytime. Okay, so I don't have that right now. So that's something that I would invest in. So, where's my invest in self book? Here it is. Alright, so this is one of the cash envelope system things that I have set up. I have multi-posting for the social media. And then, so now I'm going to write on this one. Linktree Pro, $20 a month for insights. So there we go. So that's an investment in the future for self, right? Like once I'm able to actually have an income, because life. So, okay. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna open this. This was the aesthetic for this week, by the way. It was Neko Cute aesthetic that we pulled for Fashion Saturday. So there's some inspiration for your aesthetic for this week. I mean, it's pretty popular amongst gamers and most of online society today. Nope. Open eBay. My computer's being stupid right now. It's either Nika or Nika. I can't remember. I was about to say my phone is not, or my computer is not doing me right. Okay. Five unread messages, huh? Alright. This is the behind the scenes of my eBay. And these are my active listings. Thinking pricing is too much. Which is ridiculous because I put this stuff down so low. I think I might change all my dresses to $5. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change all my dresses to $5 today. So, if you guys want to purchase anything through my eBay, starting today, all dresses are $5. I have to go through each and every single one of them. Maybe not 5. Hold on. We'll do 10. We'll do 10. Yeah, because these are thrifted, and I have to look at, you know, how much, I also have to look at the weight of it, because that's 2 pounds. Well, the shipping will be different. So, yeah. No, the minimum offer would be 10. Because the original price was 20, so. And that's a brand new dress with tags. Or 12. Okay. Seems fair. Take these down to 5. that's what I'm saying. Like every time it's going to make me go in there and it's not going to let me bulk edit it. So make me scroll through every single one of these. I'm probably better off doing this on the actual site. I'm just looking at the prices for all these. I was thinking, like, if I go to a store right now and bought these, it would be like probably close to 5 to 10 times as much. Unless I went to some place like Goodwill. And they charge $6 to $10 per item. So for me, requesting $10 for a dress, I don't feel like that's a lot of money for a dress. Especially if it's brand new and it still has the tags on it. But I feel like that's just me, so hey. Sorry, I know I'm like kind of bouncing back and forth. Marty, Echo, McLevin, Lonnie, Thole, Dave, Tony, Gunner, Victor, Marvin, MJ, Big Dave, Josh, Dwayne, Jason, Taran, Dwayne, and Carmen. Hey. So yeah. Right now we're just kind of like walking through like the basics. I'm trying to show you guys like the behind the scenes of you know, what I've been doing and what I've been working on. So, and I feel like ultimately it's a lot easier to do the editing when I try to do low to high here. Do I even have this stuff? Sometimes I wonder if I still have products for sale. I noticed very quickly that you can't put it on multiple sites, because then you have the issue of, well, if one person buys it from one site and another person buys it from another site, and you only have one product. So that's a no-go, okay? And I only light touched on Etsy because of the fact that I was making things, right? I think sticking to eBay and possibly Whatnot in the future are going to be my best bet. So I'm going through this selling site right now on my phone. And I'm going to go into my active orders. And as you guys can see here online, trying to, you know, change up stuff or revise it. It's like an act of Congress, feels like. So everything lower level is going to be priced 5. So the minimum offer is 5. There we go. Because you gotta remember, I have, yes, the shipping zeroes out, but I still have the seller fee, like the Etsy seller fee. So another way that I could look at it is if I wanted to take, like, let's say, for example, really any of these. Alright, well, let's just say this one, okay? Stanley Cup Insert Ice Tray. It's brand new, it's in the package, right? So this one has, like, a specific weight to it, right? It's not going to go up anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be... See, even other people are selling their jewelry on here for like $5. So you're not going to really see, unless you're going all the way to, like, the other side of the world, and then, like, even still, I feel like there's still going to be, like, a certain level of payment for said item, right? So, like, the max shipping level for that weight, no matter how far you're shipping it, should be a certain set weight, or a certain set amount, right? So they, you know, the post office does offer, I think it's called priority shipping or flat rate shipping, where anything up to 70 pounds is a specific price, right? I could do it that way also, but it's a lot more expensive than if I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it, which is basically just wrapping it in a non-see-through plastic wrap, sticking a label on it, and shipping it to you. Like, that's pretty much what it is. It's just like a little wrapper thing that's like socially acceptable for packages now. So instead of cardboard. So I mean, I don't even know. I mean, this right here says specifically for my area that it would be $5. I can't get it much below $4.20 as far as shipping on anything. I will literally, like, even for the jewelry, I will literally put in 0.1 ounces on a 1 by 1 square inch shipping package, and it's still $4.12. So so yeah, I mean, I don't know how these people have, I mean, they must have the shipping included. Like, how is that $17 worth of shipping? It must be, like, all the way on the other side of the freaking world. That doesn't make any sense. Because, I mean, look at the item itself. You could put that in an envelope and ship it cheaper. See what I'm saying? Just give me the address. I'll put a sticker on it. I'll put a little stamp on it. Send it to you. Freaking regular mail. You can save your shipping costs. You know what I mean? So, shipping definitely helps with snail mail. Absolutely. The entire mail service definitely got boosted by COVID. Any online businesses got boosted by COVID. Delivery services. All that stuff. I even said during COVID, when it first started, I was like, delivery services are going to make bank with this. Like, I'm not even joking. Back then, I was like, if my car could make it, I would drive all day, all night. But then it wouldn't really matter because there's always a loss in something, right? You end up having to pay for gas or the maintenance on your vehicle, and it just ends up being like nonsense. I don't know why I'm scrolling. Let's have it. So mine, brand new, $3. Theirs, used, is $6. See what I'm saying? That's with straws and toppers, and she wants 16 bucks for it. So pricing wise, I'm not bad. Like, I'm actually lower than everybody else. So, but people also click on free shipping. So they'll pay the $15.20 for one row, which is the same exact thing of what I have. It's just actually has more. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I think it's the best offer thing. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if I should just put free shipping on everything and include the shipping costs in my product. But then if I get a customer that's buying from all the way on the other side of the world, I mean, that would automatically boost my costs. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, you have to deal with this trial and error until you get what works for you, right? So, that's what we're doing. It's been more than, how long have I been on eBay? Hold up. See? I could never own a store like this. 45 bucks in selling costs. Just 76% of the total sales. Unreal, y'all. I need help. And don't even look at the shipping labels because that's a 0. Alright. So, custom since October of last year. Let's just say October 1st. To today. Yeah, that's a lie. That's more like it, yeah. I made the most sales in January. I started posting back in like October, November. And then December is when I finally started getting sales. January. So, I mean, there is like the smallest amount of income from it. The way that you want to look at it is, at least for this listing, like let's say for this December, the item sale is the blue, so $27.50 is what I made in December. So let's do the actual math on this, right? Okay. So you get $27.50. Oops, plus January was a good month, so 85. That's not accurate. Already I could tell it's not accurate. $32. Oops. Really? Alright. Yeah, this isn't right, because if you look up here at the very top, it already says 194.62. So unless this entirety right here of the blue does 194.62, then maybe, but I don't think it will. So for December, we've got 27.50 plus 85 plus 67.78 plus, yeah, see, it's already, oops. Come on now. 67.55. Yeah, there's no way. 54.45. I don't know where they're seeing these numbers. Okay, so this item sales number is these numbers are wrong. Oh wait, I'm looking at the whole year. Hold up. Okay. No. Yeah. Because selling costs. So in 8 months, I've only made $200. But this is what I have to deal with, guys. This is what I have to deal with. This is all I have to live off of. Think about it this way. If it wasn't for Jeff, like, what would I have? Literally. Like, I can't get hired by anybody. I don't qualify for any kind of assistance. The doctors say that there's nothing wrong with me, but if I try to do a job, I can't physically do it. So, you know, I'm trying to find any way that I can. You know, that's that lower level hustle that we each have inside of us. And it's very frustrating. You know, like when you're putting your entirety of your life and every single aspect of your life into something that everybody tells you to do, and it fails still, and every other avenue fails, what do you do? You know, the only thing I know is to start from where I'm at, which is what am I looking at? Okay. I don't have an income. The only income I do have is like nickels and pennies, right? $200 for a whole year. You know what I mean? Like, you can't survive on that. So, how can I fix this, right? I could post a bunch more stuff for sale. I could talk more on my social media. I could spread my QR code. I could do every single thing that everybody's telling me to do, and none of it is working. I mean, at some point in time, you know, you start to ask yourself, like, does the universe fucking hate me? Like, you know what I mean? I'm banging my head on the wall, the invisible brick wall that I put around myself. So, You know, I'm just trying to make it just like everybody else is, but I have less of a chance than most of y'all do. And there's people that have less of a chance than me. I mean, comparatively, I'm doing amazingly. In my mind, I feel like a failure because I'm not where I want to be. But I'm somewhere. I'm on the board every month, every day, almost. Every month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on that board every month. So I have to accept even the lower level small successes. So this way I can be very grateful for when the good ones come, for when the big ones come, and I'll be ready for it. Not just ready for that tsunami to come in, but also able to swim through it. You know what I mean? Like when it comes, and be able to continue once, you know, you get into deeper water. You know, are you just going to tread, or are you going to swim that thing like it's a freaking English Channel? You know what I mean? So, and these are all the ones that I've already sold. I've sold 54, I think, 57 items so far. Hold on. Where's it at? Oh, 61. Total buyers is 57 because one was a repeat buyer a couple times. So, I mean, and it's not like I'm putting my prices high. I mean, look at how the breakdown is on that money right there. Selling cost, $5.92. Selling cost, $6.90 out of $10. I can't even read what that says. Okay, so never mind. I can't even look at that. Because that's the shipping labels. So that zeroes out. Okay. I know what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to go ahead and add to our Khan Academy learning how to spell, evidently also. Free online courses. Y'all go check this out, by the way. Khan Academy. I keep talking about it because it's free. And it's literally, oh, hold on. I gotta log in. What? Brian, I'm guessing 35. What is this? 27 too young for you? Yeah, I'm engaged. Too young. Anybody younger than me is too young. So, have a nice life. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know why y'all keep coming on here. Ask that. Let's see. Alright, log in. Oh, whoops. I logged into the wrong one. Dang it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, now I have a Khan Academy for that email also. Damn it. Wrong one. It's on the other one. I forgot. I have two or three different setups on here, and it's like hard to remember which one's on what now. I'm stupid. Don't mind me. I'm wondering, like, why is it asking me for all this information? That's whatever. Okay, so once this actually loads and does what I want it to do, press again. Just sign into the stupid thing. Lord. Alright. Going back to split view. Oh. Another thing is too, if you guys want to buy these, they're on my eBay and Etsy. Even though it's not supposed to be on Etsy, but anyway. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove, we're going to edit the courses. Okay. These are all the courses, by the way, as well as SAT writing and prep. That's part of the NOVA program. When I was in like, I think it was like 6th and 7th grade. Is anybody else in the NOVA program? Or was I the only person that remembers this? Like, is it even in existence anymore? Hold on. Okay, I did not know that that's what the NOVA program was. That's Northern Virginity. No, Virginity. Northern Virginia Community College, my brain. NOVA principles. This wasn't in Virginia. This was in Jersey. Yeah, it was in 6th and 7th grade. No, I was in there for the whole grade, though. It says it's a 13 to 15 week program taught by uniformed law enforcement in elementary school. That's not what I'm talking about. This was an actual, like, I went to a school. It was a special school that I went to. It was in another county. NOVA program, middle school, Jersey. What was it, Emerson, New Jersey? Okay, so NOVA Middle School is a specific school with a program that includes math, high school transition, and curriculum focused on deep understanding. Here it is. Emerson Junior Senior High School educates students in grades 7 through 12 who are academically capable. Emotional Behavior Disabilities Program? Evidently. Nova North. Yeah, that one. That's it. Did anybody else go to this school? It was in Emerson, New Jersey. It was a middle school. It was like, I want to say it was a special school. I had learning disabilities growing up, so substituting appropriate behavior while finding and strengthening alternative coping mechanisms, counseling, develop insight to their behaviors. By the end of the program, school level counseling students continue to work to understanding a variety of behavioral issues in the past. Yeah, I had a lot of problems in the past. I had a lot of like, I got in a lot of trouble when I was a kid. Never stopped, really. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's where I went to school, y'all. So, whatever the NOVA program is, I thought it was some kind of, I knew it was special education, but I didn't think it was for like behavioral issue, people who had behavioral issues, which was me. So, still do. Academically capable but requires support to handle a mainstream setting. So yeah. That's why I went to school there. I don't know why that came up. Oh, because Nova wasn't here. Okay, gotcha. You okay? Hey? You okay? You okay?
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What you doing?
I'm writing down a recipe.
Huh. Okay. I want to do something a little bit more business wise. And I don't see a lot of business stuff on here. Oh, there's more. Never mind. Okay. Test prep, reading language arts, life skills. It says 8. Partner content, biodiversity, music, NASA, wireless philosophy, museum, natural history, labs. I'm looking more towards taking these out. I'm gonna put that in. Personal finance, something that I never really learned was numbers and money. But I want to learn money in a business level. I guess I'd have to start from scratch, right? Because I don't even know how to divide. So, so I guess we're just going to do that. And then I'm going to also click personal finance for life skills also. financial literacy. I have a feeling it's all kind of like gonna roll in with each other. What's Conmigo for sure? I don't know what that is. Okay, so we're gonna switch up the courses. I probably could have took art history out. Anyway. Economics and personal finance. And financial literacy. Mastery of it. Unavailable. Okay. Okay, so we've added those because now that I've added those, I want to add that into the calendar. So the calendar, each day has personal learning or some kind of unschooling. Each one of these I can now add a section of learning from Khan Academy. So we'll walk through some of this tomorrow, since tomorrow's a numbers day. Where are we at here? Yeah, we'll walk through this tomorrow. So part of numbers is the personal learning, which is Khan Academy. Right now we're doing pre-algebra, but I need to add the others. Economics and personal finance. Why isn't it sharing? There we go. Okay, now it's sharing. Sorry, Al. Okay, so economics and financial literacy. So, there's that for tomorrow. In the today, though, is languages. So, 3D model of DNA train with flower coding, we've already talked about that. How to learn for free. I just showed you guys Khan Academy. AI for Education is also another one that we're looking into. Where is it? AI for Teachers. Now, I don't have like an actual teaching like license or anything like that. I ended up opening up the homeschool like online. And so everything that I do is online. I just don't have a very good way of like keeping up with it. So so I'm working on trying to do that. But like I was trying to access some of like the teachers' abilities to do some of this stuff. Like for example, like they have free programs for teachers, but they don't have it for homeschoolers. So can you like add a section for homeschooling? So say, I don't know what kind of vehicle that is, but it sounds horrible. What? Okay, so today, languages. What can we do with languages here? Oh, there is no languages on here. Oh yeah, there is. I just saw it. Okay. Art, history, economics, intro, personal, NASA, pre-algebra, another course. Okay, languages. Where do I feel like I'm at as far as reading goes? When did I stop reading? 6th grade. Why is it not clicking? Oh, maybe I have to get rid of something? Maybe it feels like there's not enough time in the day to learn all of that. I do. Okay, physics is science, algebra, pre-algebra, tomorrow. Let's get through algebra 1 first. And go into 9th grade reading and vocab. Come on, work with me here. We're just adding and subtracting courses. Let's go with grammar right now. Here we go. Parts of speech, the noun. So one thing that I really like about this website specifically is that it literally breaks it down. Like, it legitimately dumbs it down to my level of understanding. So this way I can kind of work with it. It also has a lot of videos that walk you through the conversations as if you're there, but it's like one-on-one learning. But it's kind of like STEM in TikTok, how they have it where it's right in front of you all the time. You can just scroll through, right? It's the same concept as that, but that is from licensed teachers, right? So, people like myself who are not licensed, we're just learning along with you. See what I'm saying? So, I am currently showing you from my own standpoint of where I'm learning from that anybody can start from anywhere. You can start today and look at where your weaknesses are and start to build off of them today. Literally, it's free. It's free. All you have to do is just do it. You know, I mean, you're sitting there scrolling for hours on end. What's the difference in that and trying to better yourself, right? And a lot of people are wondering, like, why are we bettering ourselves? For what future? You know what I mean? A future where there's nothing but desolation all around us, right? But the show must go on. And you're still going to need to be able to communicate. You're still going to need to be able to do some kind of weighing out of a system, no matter which direction you go in. Even if we were to go completely AI, where all the robots handed everything to us and we didn't have to worry about anything and we didn't have to purchase anything anymore because money didn't matter. you were based off of your behavioral system and everything was just given to you, right? So if you behave, you get whatever you want. And if you don't behave, you get stuff taken away from you, like your life. So, um, so it's a baseline for all of humanity already, right? And no matter which way you look at it, you end up having to use that same system. So, might as well run with it and learn as much as you can while you still can. You know, I mean, because after a while, there's a possibility that you won't be able to learn that much stuff anymore. You know, and you won't be able to remember it. I mean, just like, for example, me, I graduated 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Holy crap. So, for me, elementary school stuff, middle school stuff is kind of blurry. Especially going into high school, forget it. It's, anyway. Too many other interesting things in life happened at that point in time. So, you know, and I still, even after, like, I turned 18, I actually went back to the high school and, like, was looking around and was just like, you know what? This place sucks, but I'm gonna miss it. So, yeah, and it's completely different now anyways, but, and I was working 3 jobs then. Like, I was working 3 jobs and finished school. And had an apartment. So, I mean, it was different times back then, granted, but, you know, you guys could still do this today. It's just different now. That's all. And that's what I was trying to say to you guys is that, well, fine then, just drive by. The mailman just did a drive by. That, he's so fucking smart. I love it. Anyway, so, you know, like I said, you know, you can never stop learning and just continue to try to better yourself in all of your weaknesses every day, like whatever you can. So, hey guys. Bruce, Dennis, Dwayne, jail. Yeah, I ended up having to block them. Sorry. Okay, so that's what I really, like I said, that's what I really like about this website specifically is that it's free and that you can get a good head start, let's just say, on things that you wouldn't have thought about before. Like things that, like, you're like, oh, well, that's in the past. I learned all that stuff already. Well, sometimes you gotta relearn things. You know, you can't always say, like, oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we could all fake that for the rest of our life. But what it comes down to is, do you really understand what it is that you're saying that you understand? Do you really know, like, the background or the reasoning why things are the way that they are, you know? Or are you just saying that you do? So, so yeah, so we'll start in here. And communication with other people helps when it starts with yourself. So, when you identify your own weaknesses and you put that in front of you, you face that, right? It allows you to be able to understand it so you can work with it, okay? And I know it really sucks when we say, like, oh, you know, none of us want to feel like we're weak or that we're stupid or, you know, that we're less than the group, so to speak. You know what I mean? Nobody likes that feeling. And so the best way to not have that feeling is to try to learn as much as possible. And I mean, you still have that feeling because no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter how much you learn, you cannot know everything. Even AI will never fully know anything. Okay? If you want to be religious about it, if you want to say, like, God or a God knows all things, maybe. Prove it. But maybe. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just, there's a portion of everyone that we will not be able to be all-knowing. There's just no way for us to, okay? And for those of you who act like you know everything, just understand that there are a lot of people in this world that know a lot more than you. Just about different things. It's the same concept of what Einstein said. I think it was Einstein. It was either Einstein or Newton. I can't remember. Somebody famous back in the day said, you can't judge a fish off of its ability to climb a tree. That saying has stuck with me since 6th grade. You can't define a fish's ability on its, define a fish on its ability to climb a tree. And I don't even know if that's even if I'm saying it right. Hold on. You can't define a fish by its ability to climb a tree. You can't define a fish by its ability to climb a tree. Yeah. Metaphor emphasizing that judging individuals based on a single inappropriate standard is unfair and inaccurate. It highlights that everyone has unique strengths and weaknesses and judges them solely on their ability to perform a task outside their natural skill set is misleading. This saying is often attributed to Albert Einstein. I was right the first time, though some sources dispute this. So I'm just a gem waiting to be found. I say this as I'm crunching a freaking cookie with my double spoon. I don't know, is it sharing the screen still? Okay. So, different individuals have different strengths. Just as a fish is built for swimming, not climbing, people have unique talents and abilities. Assessing individuals fairly requires understanding their strengths. Instead of judging someone's overall intelligence or worth based on one skill, it's crucial to recognize that their unique capabilities. Applying inappropriate standards can be detrimental. If a fish is constantly judged for its inability to climb, it may internalize the belief that it is inadequate despite its natural aptitude for swimming. The saying serves as a reminder to appreciate diverse talents and avoid making generalizations based on limited criteria. And this is what I mean. This whole statement actually really fundamentally builds the foundation for all unschooling today, for all homeschooling today, for all kinds of education today, right? Everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. And part of the unschooling is helping you find your way, whatever works best for you, and giving you as many options and opportunities as possible. But the problem is with that, like I said, once your brain gets past like the third option, everything gets blurry. Same concept with like menus. Have you noticed this? Usually restaurants will pick 4 base meats. They might switch up a 5th every once in a while, just to give some variety. But most restaurants have either beef, chicken, pork, I'm trying to think, or some kind of fish, right? So, at least in my area. Now, I know that there's usually, like, vegan options, too. But I'm just saying, like, those are your main options for every menu that's out there right now. Okay? Some of them have less options. Some of them have more. But for the most part, you got 4 options. Same thing with sides. if you have more than 4 options for sides, it kind of gets a little blurry, right? So usually the food categories are listed and categorized by the top 5 because you're gonna pick one of them, right? One of them they know for a fact you're never gonna pick. Most likely it's gonna be one of the most expensive options, like steak or something like that. So, but so yeah, I mean, you just basically like look at that listing and just say, okay, you know, my brain can only handle the next 3 things. If you go back into, I think it was in the military, there's a statement that says that if you hold one stick, it's easy to break. But if you put a bunch of sticks together, it's really hard to break that, right? So the community, togetherness, working together, staying solid together, is something that you can't break. You can't break that. Only if the other sticks are far enough away from a specific one that one might break, one might bend. So in a group, if it sticks together, usually it won't break up. Okay? And it's the same concept for, I forgot where I was going with this. Like the grouping of the items has to be like together, because if it's anything outside of that, it kind of like is blurry. So like if you have like 20 different side items and like 15 different options for food, someone's going to be sitting there for a hot minute trying to like, you know, mix that stuff up in their mind. But if you only give a limited menu or a limited option, they have something to choose from. Sorry, my stomach is like already saying no. Okay. So, yes, it's really great to have a lot of options. Yes, it's really wonderful that we do have a lot of options in the world. But that's what makes life so difficult. And it's what makes homeschooling transition difficult. It makes unschooling difficult. Because there are so many options out there. Specifically with homeschooling, though. Unschooling, not so much. Regular school, it's already given to you, right? Homeschooling, yes, it's given to you, and you can still lean in that more traditional umbrella type vibe, but it also leans you more towards making your own schedule and doing your own choices and learning, maybe even if it is the same topics, but in a different way. Okay? So you're crossing that bridge between, you know, the feral world, as they say, and, you know, the structure of, you know, like society's norm, right? So you're kind of like, as in the homeschooling era, you're kind of like stuck in the middle of this whirlwind of nonsense, right? You got so much information that's coming your way. And even though you're super excited and ready to get out there and explore the world, there's still laws and requirements and regulations that you have to meet. So it kind of feels like you're tethered still. But it's the state's way and laws and 3D rules, and we already had this conversation about the whole 5D portal thing. So everything that you have in your mind as far as like what homeschooling is, you may be completely wrong about it. And everything that you thought it was might be completely wrong. Okay, other way around. Whatever you didn't think it was. So what you thought it was could be completely wrong, and what you didn't think it was could be completely wrong. So I suggest that you guys look into it a lot before you make a decision to homeschool, especially if you're working and stuff like that, because there's a certain amount of like time that they require per day, or over a period of time, for you to be able to meet the portfolio needs as well as the student or person's needs for whatever they're learning, right? Because some of us, like myself, we take a really long time to learn stuff, because I have to not just read something, but I've got to reread it and reread it again and reread it again and reread it again and reread it again and then one more time, because I can't remember the first time. So, you know what I'm saying? But then there's other times where I can just skim through it and I totally understand it. Each one of us has strengths and weaknesses in every single aspect of our life. And it's up to us individually to work on that. Okay? When you're trying to do that for yourself and you're trying to do that for others as well, now you're compiling it because now you have yourself and all your different personalities. And then now you have an outside source. Like, say it's your child, or it's an actual student, or maybe it's another person, right? Because it's an age. There's no age range with homeschooling or unschooling. You can be any age. Doesn't matter. You can be 1 and get homeschooled. You can be 100 and get homeschooled. You know, there's no limit. So, and that's the point. And I feel like that's how all education should be. I feel like it should be never ending. That, okay, yeah, once you finish a certain level, you get a certificate. You know, same vibe. But I don't feel like there should be like ever like an ending to learning. I mean, even and today, like, we have the internet, right? So it's right there in front of our faces at all times, and especially for those of you who are on TikTok, y'all got STEM right there. You know what I mean? It's right in your TikTok. I'm literally gonna pull up my TikTok. I'm gonna turn the volume down though, because I don't want to get in trouble for sharing other people's TikToks and stuff. But so I'm gonna go to mine. Hold up. Oh, it won't show it. Okay. So I don't want to show somebody else's thing. Hold up. So across the top, hold on. Let me get to one that's like basic. Okay. So you get across the top right there, right? And you can see explore, like right past following is explore and STEM. If you click on STEM, there's literally, I don't know what that first one was. This is science. So space, medical conditions quizzes. This is about a spider monkey. This chick is about the astroplanets. How does an octopus breathe? There's a lot of science on here. I like science stuff. But you can get math. Like, she's doing math right there. Or chemistry, I'm sorry. This is showing how, like, nature planet something. Nurse Mike, simple nursing. So you have nursing classes on here also. Free. It's right here in front of you. You don't even realize it. Y'all, come check this out. This is STEM in TikTok, okay? So this guy's talking about ventilation. I'm assuming that has something to do with medical, yeah, medical education, physics, engineered math. Mar Gomez, I'm not real sure who that is. I think she's Spanish. Space, quick math tips. I mean, you literally have, like, the world at your fingertips at all times. And you can't even say, oh, well, this isn't an accredited blah, blah, blah. Yes. Yes. These are accredited people, okay? So, excuse me. And if you guys ever wanted to find a list of bots anywhere, just check out my DMs for real. This is what I do every day. I just click out of them because there's. How can you have like 12 different social medias that have the same freaking name and the same picture but just different angles of the same picture? What am I missing here? So, America's Top Professional. What is this? Signing up. I don't even know what it is, but I'm signing up. Sure. Go live with Service Plus and reach 4,000 viewers in a week. Receive 5 new lead submissions via Service Plus in a week. Follow Service Plus official account, TikTok Service Plus. Okay, so Service Plus is a built-in TikTok feature that helps you convert live viewers into clients for your professional services or students for your paid courses. With Service Plus, potential clients can send you quick messages to indicate their interest or inquire about your services. So for those of you who have a business, Service Plus on TikTok is going to be really good for that. Or they can provide their contact information to you by filling out a form that you set up. So if you have a salon, or if you do nails, or if you have any kind of mobile service, I highly suggest you look into Service Plus. On TikTok specifically. For some reason, I get a lot more viewers through TikTok than I did on any other social media. Every single social media that I did. Promote rewards will be issued to instantly upon completion of either mission group. Oh wait, hold on, back up. Go to your live tab, tap Service Plus icon, set up shortcuts, at least one shortcut, direct message or contact form shortcut to allow clients to be connected with you during the live streams. And then you follow TikTok Service Plus and how to redeem campaign awards. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff on here now. And I've been trying to keep up with a good bit of it. Y'all know. So. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I was trying to cover, like, the imagery there. Okay. So, there's that. Okay, so what else am I going to talk about? So today's languages. So DNA train, coping mechanisms. We did talk a lot about those last time. Like basic, you know, you want to think of your basic 5. You want to think of your 5 senses. So one of the best ways for coping mechanism in any situation is you want to feel, see, hear, taste, and smell. Okay? So you want to think of those 5 whenever you're like in a panic attack, or if you're, you know, like faced with a conflict of some kind. You know, you want to try to walk through that. Okay? Breathing is another one. It's a lower level constant that seems to work for everything. For those of you who have CPTSD, a lot of it just has to do with time. Sometimes you just have to feel the emotions, you have to go through the moment, you have to feel everything all over again, and you have to just wade through that wave. Okay, when that wave of emotion comes, and all those memories come flashing back, and you feel like you're right there, and all those feelings are very, very vivid, and you just can't get out of it, time is literally the only thing that's going to help with that. You have to remember that those things are not real anymore. That they were real at one time, and yes, it was very scary. Yes, it was a lot. But it's not right now in this moment. And if it is right now in this moment, then you're the only one that can change that. So, hopefully for the better. I suggest reaching out for help. I know it's really hard, especially when, you know, you don't want to get looked down upon or you don't want anything extreme to happen. But sometimes, you know, sometimes we have to break it down to who are we really? You know what I mean? And at some point in time, something is going to pop up where it's going to trigger you. It's going to cause a reaction of some kind, whether it's a physical reaction or a verbal reaction, or maybe it's just an emotional reaction to something that you weren't expecting, you weren't anticipating, and you don't even know why you're feeling it. You could be totally fine, like this morning, I was totally fine, and then all of a sudden I went through this freaking emotional roller coaster, right? And, like, it just, I have to go through those steps. Like, I have to deal with those feelings, and I have to talk about it, and I have to just kind of go, you know, baby step my way through it so I can get on with my day, you know. A lot of us have been through a lot of trauma in our life, and especially for anybody who's been on this planet the past 5 years, we're all in the same boat. So, you know, just have a little bit more compassion for each other as much as you can. And for those of you who feel like you're stupid or feel like you're less than, or maybe you don't learn the same way as other people, or maybe you're different than other people, well, that's okay. That's okay. It's scary, but it's okay. You know, they call them the chosen ones, or those of other people back in the day, they said that they had a mental health condition or something like that, right? I know back in my day, you know, I was labeled with a lot of stuff. Still am today. And I don't really see it so much as a disability. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, it does hinder me on some stuff, but I'm working on that. So technically it's not a hindrance if I'm working on it. I see it more of a mental health ability. Because now, like I said, as far as like the fish in the tree thing, you know, you don't even realize how strong and powerful you are because you've been told to look at this piece of paper inside this little box, inside this box, inside of a box, inside of a box, when there's a whole world out there. Okay? So, I want you to start thinking outside of this box, getting a little bit more outside your comfort zone, trying some new things, some different ways of looking at things, some maybe a little bit more compassion, a little bit more compromise maybe with other people around you, and understand that everyone is on different levels at all times, from every angle, okay? Because remember, we're multidimensional beings, we're not just one way. Okay, we may be one way every day, but we're not. We're not one way. We are not one thing. We are everything all at once. Okay? So, at any point in time, you can pivot that a little bit. You know, like a lot of people, they say, like, oh, well, you know, two people have to come together to cross the bridge kind of vibe. What I was saying earlier is like, okay, for compromise, yeah, two people do have to come to the middle, and sometimes there is that little gap of misunderstanding in between. I mean, we do have that gap of knowledge, lack of knowledge, so who's to say that there wouldn't be that gap in conversation, right? The way we've learned how to communicate with each other over the evolution has changed, especially in the past 10, 20 years. So, I think that instead of us saying like, oh, well, this person has a disability, or this person has something wrong with them, or you know, they have this title or they have this label. Like, okay, well, yeah, there's some really friggin' amazing people out there in this world that are homeless right now. There's geniuses that are homeless right now. There's musicians that played on freaking Broadway that are homeless right now. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what your title is. We're all equal when we're all at the bottom. Okay? And there's a lot of us down here. So, you know, be a little bit more compassionate for each other, like I said, and try to understand people a little bit more when you're out and about today. I know that I'm not going to reach the entire world when I say this, but I do want to try to reach as many people as possible. And be more compassionate with yourself as well. You know, you got to understand that you've been through a lot. Maybe a lot more than most people have. Maybe not the same as other people have, but if you've ever experienced pain, then yeah, we're all in the same box. Because pain is pain, no matter which way you look at it, it hurts. Just like happiness. Happiness is happiness. Whether you're ecstatic or you're just content. It's happy. So, yeah. Learning, how to learn for free, like I said, Khan Academy. We are going to go ahead and look at Whatnot right quick. Excuse me, if I could spell it right. Am I still sharing screen? Yeah. Oh, I gotta log in. Hold up. Hold up. Sorry, I had to go full screen for a second just to log into this thing. Like, everybody's all so aesthetic and, like, pretty with all these great lights, and I'm over here like, Oh, I think I just signed into the wrong thing. I did. Mother trucker. This is why I end up with multiple accounts. Because I don't realize what I'm logging in under. Now I have 2 Whatnot accounts. Logging in any day now would be fabulous. Hold up. Hey JL, John, Bob, Tyler, Michael, Wolfie, Deja, Tyler, and Miu. Miu? Nope. Denied. Come on. Trying to get this thing to go on split screen. I also tried to move the camera today. I don't know if that helped at all. Alright, here's my Whatnot. Okay, so we're going to, as soon as this loads. Alright, shows, orders, inventory, refer a seller. So I guess shows. I guess I couldn't have a show until I set up my inventory, right? And I don't have anything in inventory. For sellers, do you guys have like a third-party program or something where it automatically populates the products? Oh, that's if I had a CSV. I wonder if I can get a CSV from my eBay. That would be awesome if I could do that right quick. Overview. Active. Can you create a CSV? Sorry. Trying to change this. I'm wanting to create a CSV. How do I print out like a list of, or save a list of?
what's wrong?
I'm trying to find how I can eBay file exchange. It lets you upload and manage inventory eBay efficiently in CSV or XLS files. Can be accessed on eBay platforms via Seller Hub. Merchant integrations, feed-based platform that lets you upload your inventory in bulk and quickly efficiently create listing and manage orders. If you're familiar with feed files used for other marketplaces such as Amazon or Google Shopping. I'm trying to find a way to export the information of the list of the stuff that I have on here already. And put it into Whatnot so I don't have to keep reposting the same damn things over and over again. Are you ready to go to the gym?
No, we don't have any garlic cloves, do we?
Here we go.
Where?
Over by potatoes. Are we going to the gym or no?
Yeah, I was going to do the elliptical for about 10 minutes. I'm always going out there anyways. But you don't have to do it this minute if you need to finish up something. It wasn't like I got a stopwatch.
I don't know how to get any further on it, so. And I've been live for an hour and 48 minutes. And nobody's with me anyway, so. Clumpy. Thanks. There's Jeff. I can see him in the background. Back down, nobody can see you.
No, I'm thinking about doing some of that ground beef.
Okay.
But it don't have to be today, but when I do it. I wrote down an easy recipe that I can try out.
Okay.
And I was studying up on how to make steaks tender. And one was them salt flakes that I told you about. And then taking the metal mallet that,
Beating it up.
yeah, you gotta break the muscle fibers in. But,
Hey Lisa, Freddie, Trim, Pacer Blue. Is it a sauce recipe or is it a steak
no, it's just
recipe?
it's a ground beef dinner.
Okay.
But it says you grate two garlic cloves, then saute them for about a minute.
Mm.
First you start with a tablespoon of butter, then you melt in the pan, then a tablespoon of olive oil over medium heat, then you get one medium onion, and then grate, then salt, pepper, and then use the wooden spatula to break the hamburger up, and then cook 4 minutes until brown. Then add 1 bay leaf and paprika, and then pour 2 cups of beef stock. Then bring to a slow simmer, and then slice 1 pound of small potatoes into rounds, okay, and then place the lid on pan and cook for 10 minutes on low heat. That's, I was going to do that, see, okay?
Feel like all rotten.
I just went by what the video said. This is ground beef. This one says everybody's asking about
Or is it like a shepherd's pie?
Then there was something else. Let's see. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to add that to it too. Yeah, I think so. Okay. When I said cook for 10 minutes, then you stir 1 cup of sour cream in. And then a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, a handful of fresh parsley. Then you let it simmer for 2-3 minutes uncovered. Then on something else, this is an explanation. They said you brown the meat over medium high, and you leave the lid. No, let's see. No, you leave the meat undisturbed to develop flavor. See, I didn't know that.
Let it rest after.
Then I was checking out how to make steaks tender. How is it that you can steaks taste tender when you give them at a restaurant? Somebody said use a tablespoon of soy sauce, teaspoon of oyster sauce. You ever heard of oyster sauce?
It's expensive.
Then a half a tablespoon of cornstarch and a tablespoon of teaspoon of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of sugar. They mix everything together. Add a third cup of chicken broth. I don't know. I started mixing it in my hand. But anyways. And then I was watching some videos. This 2 boys' mother. What? Let's see. These 2 boys in 1981 was about 12 or 15 and
Oh.
what?